What is a dying language? Most people answer they don't know or some mumbo-jumbo about Mayans that they learned about in a textbook in middle school. However, a dead language is a language that no longer has any speakers left. This can happen for a number of reasons. Most of the time, all the remaining speakers shift to more mainstream languages for ease of communication, and sometimes to cut back on discrimination that they face for speaking a minority language. I was the same way, that is until the native language of my town died. In the small little town of Cordova, Alaska, the native language died with the last speaker. It was kind of a blow to me, not because it held importance directly in my life. I'm not Native Alaskan, however I did do native dance for years and can say some words in Eyak and sing a little repertoire of songs in the language, but because it was weird seeing my friends lose a part of their history. Some took it better than others, but some understood what it meant to have their language, a direct part of their history, die. From that moment on, I have been a strong advocate of saving dying languages. I think we as humans have a responsibility to future generations to keep as many languages alive as possible. We must do so in order for history to be able to be viewed from all sides, and also so that we do not come down to just a few languages, or just one. If we are able to raise the awareness of dying languages for future generations, more people know what they are and care about languages that are dying and the effects it has on the cultures when they do. There are already programs in place to attempt to save dying languages. They are far and few in between, but they exist already. They work when they are deployed early enough, but it would work better if we raised awareness for dying languages. Then the work from these linguists and other people in the field would be a lot easier, as more people would try to save their languages in those areas that they are dying and call for help to save them when needed. The biggest problem we face is that a majority of dying languages are dying, so they go unnoticed because there's few people speaking them. Unless speakers are willing to preserve their languages, it is only a question of time before the language eventually dies off, as A.O. Bangbos said in his paper Deprived, Endangered, and Dying Languages. The loss of a language is much more than just the spoken language. Each language has a ton of history and science from the area the language is from that is lost when the language disappears. The language holds the data about habitats, behavior, and even danger of plants and animals in the region that the language is from, all from the inflection and meaning behind parts of the names that mean something else in the language. It is proven that there is scientific data that is lost when a language dies. Scientists have to go into the area and do a ton of research to replace the loss of data that the language brings when it dies. There's a lot that can and should be done for languages that are dying. Just letting them die from lack of trying is not fair, not only to us, but to future generations that want to learn about their heritage and cannot, but all the scientific data that is lost with it as well. If we were able to implement a system to raise awareness for dying languages, it would allow for linguists and other professionals in the field who are already trying to save these languages to have more information about them because more people are trying to fight to save them.